Hello, this is for both Honors Geometry and Geometry. This is Lesson 10.2 Guided Practice, all about arc measures in circles. So we're going to start with page 649, the key concept. I've written it pretty much the way it is in the book, added a few little things that might help you make sense of this. So we're taking a look at the circle to the right, and we also got some color coding going on. We're going to learn how we talk about the measurement of arcs, both major arcs and minor arcs. So the measure of a minor arc, that is an arc that is less than half of the circle, less than 180 degrees, is the measure of the central angle. And as you can see on this particular diagram, we have an example of 50 degrees for our central angle here, and that would be the measurement of the minor arc it's associated with. If we are measuring a major arc, which is an arc more than 180 degrees, more than half a circle, that is the difference between 360 degrees, that is a full circle, and the related minor arc. A semicircle, a half circle, is exactly 180 degrees for its arc measurement. So when we take a look over here, we can see a little better what's happening. We've already talked about the minor arc, the measure of the central angle here. That is an angle that proceeds from the center of the circle. We see it's marked as 50 degrees. And this is how we notate the measurement of an arc. So we use the letter M for measure, and then we use what kind of looks like an arc over the letters that denote that arc. And for a minor arc, we're going to use two letters. It'll be the two letters that are on the ends of that angle. Now, if we want to talk about the other angle, this bigger one that goes around the other way, the blue arc, we're going to call that a major arc. It's more than 180 degrees. We're going to need to use three letters to know that we are talking about that major arc. So here in this case, we're going to use measurement of angle ADB, so all the way around the long way. So if we see three letters, we know we're talking a major arc, and it's going to be the longer route around the circle. To figure out how long that is, we're going to take 360 degrees minus that related minor arc, and that will give us the 310 degrees total for that major blue arc. So you want to make sure that you're aware of the fact that minor arcs are named with two letters and major arcs are named with three letters. Postulate 23 tells us how to add two arcs together so that we have one full arc. And we can talk about that full arc. So if we want to know what is the measurement of arc ABC, and this is fairly intuitive here, you're going to add the two smaller arcs. You're going to add AB together with BC to get the full measurement from A through B to C. Okay, let's do a few guided practice problems here, capitalizing on these ideas. In guided practice 1 through 6, we're asked two questions for each problem. One question is it a major arc, a minor arc, or a semicircle? And then what is the measure of the arc that's being named? Guided practice 1 asks us to think about from T to Q here. What is the measurement of that arc? And of course, this point is the center of the circle, so that all of these angles here are proceeding from the center, and they are central angles. So arc TQ is a minor arc. It's named with two letters, so we know it's a minor arc, and it's already labeled as 120 degrees. So no calculation to do on that one. Guided practice 2 asks us about a major arc. It has three letters when we name it, and so therefore it's the major arc. It's the long way around the circle, so from Q through R to T. Now to figure out the measurement, we're going to take 360 degrees minus the related minor arc, which is the 120 degree angle, and we can figure out then that that major arc must be 240 degrees. Guided practice 3 again is a major arc. I'm sorry, I'm on guided practice 3, I just skipped. Guided practice 3, TQR is a semicircle, and we know it's a half of a circle, a semicircle, because when we go from T through Q to R, we see that those angles together add to 180 degrees, and that's half of a circle. So notice that our semicircles are named in the same way that major arcs are named with three letters. Guided practice 4, we are noticing it's got two letters in its name, so that's a minor arc. And from Q to S, we have to figure out what is the sum of those two angles. Well, we can figure out that this angle must be 100 degrees, because if 120 plus 60 is 180, and this is half of a circle from T to R, then this also must be a half circle from T through S to R. So 100 plus 80 gives us the 180 degrees for that half circle. So we know actually that this is 100 degrees even though it's not marked. All right, so now we can figure out then that minor arc from Q to S, from here to here, must be a total of 160 degrees, 100 plus 60. Guided practice 5, TS. This is a minor arc. It's got 2 letters, and we don't have to do any calculating. We can see right away it's 80 degrees. Last guided practice problems. RST is a semicircle. It's not a major arc because it has a total of 180 degrees. So be careful when you're looking at those 3 letters because sometimes those 3 letters actually denote a semicircle rather than a major arc. From R through S to T, we put together our 80 and our 100 degrees that we've already figured out that angle is, and so we have a 180 degrees semicircle. That wraps up our guided practice problems for this lesson, so please make sure that you've included these in your lesson work and then proceed with the homework, and I'll see you next time.